Huh?
Take her and walk out to the haystack.
I'm sorry, what?
Take her and walk out to the haystack.
Okay. Okay. Are there any loose sheep out here?
No.
She's looking for sheep the whole time.
Yeah?
I have to tell you that video yesterday. I'm so glad I taped it.
Mm-hmm.
I did not realize there was some pretty damn good stuff in that, what she was doing, and I didn't even remember that she actually did move around twice for me around there.
Mm-hmm.
She worked really hard.
Mm-hmm. Just stay right there.
I'm using those videos as my journal too. I kind of write what we're working on and what went well and
Good.
what's her name? She got a weird last name, T-I-E type something. She sells whistles? Tony or? She had there was a post on Facebook about whistles,
Okay.
and somebody was saying that her whistles are really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like $100. Are they really that different?
No. So it's not uncommon for people to have 15, 20, 30 different whistles. I've bought a lot of whistles that I thought I would really like and put in my mouth, and I knew even before I blew them that it wasn't going to work.
Okay.
Some of them, these whistles are very thin, and I like that.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the Corian whistles are really thick. I found a lot of whistles, I have to blow too hard to actually get the sound to come out. And so the harder you blow, of course, the louder it is. So on a scale of, say, 1 to 100, with this one here, and I'm just barely blowing.
Is that the Logan?
This is the Logan.
What you gave me?
Yeah, yeah, and then with the other, so I'm like on a scale of 1 to 100, I can get a nice sound out of this one at 1.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of these other whistles, you can't even get a sound until you get to 20 or 30.
Okay.
And so then it's that much louder. It's very, very, some of them, a lot of them are very difficult to blow softly.
Mm-hmm.
And, but everybody's different, And so if you want to spend $100 on a whistle, knock your socks off. If you can blow your Logan whistle, I mean, I give all of you guys this Logan whistle.
Yeah.
And I have this one, a backup, but I always take 2 whistles with me. And then I think I've got 1 or 2 more in the original package, just in case I lose something. But above and beyond that, I think I've got a drawer with about 25 different whistles in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious. I have been practicing a lot, and
Yeah.
I think I pretty much got down.
Yeah.
But the only thing I'm not sure of is the recall whistle. But I need to have you listen at some point because I can be pretty consistent with them.
Yeah.
That
Recall whistle is whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
So for Wyatt, my recall whistle is. And you could do. You can do whatever you want. A lot of people are.
Well, where I'm confused is, trying to make the tone not start as something else.
Oh, don't worry about it. It'll be completely different.
Oh.
A lot of people are for the recall, and then that turns into, because typically if you're doing a recall, the dog's a long ways away, maybe chasing sheep. You're trying to break through their brain.
So it doesn't matter if it starts on the same note as something else. It's just what you do with it. Okay. Yeah, because I was trying to be really careful not to. I'd go low, high, low for my come by, and then my away is still low, high, low, but it's up higher, and then.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay.
So my come by is low, high, low. My come by is still low, high, low. One's low, one's high. The first note is the directional.
So sometimes you do go higher with it, but it's the same.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you've got to be high. If your come by is low, your away has to be high. So.
Okay.
All of those start with a high note. You can't, and it's not where it is in the spectrum, it's where it is in relation to the second note. Does that make sense?
Kind of.
Okay, so what I'm saying is my first note on my come by is lower than my second note on my come by.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
And what you have to do is make sure that your first note on your way is higher or the same as the next note, the second note.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right, so, yeah, so. Those are all come by.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your away? To me, that still goes up.
Yeah, it goes up, but it's the first note. So the first note goes up, it tells my dog I'm going right. My first note goes down, it tells my dog I'm going left.
Okay, so do you come by? The whole thing. So that's low, high. Okay, now do your away.
High,
I'm hearing a.
Yeah.
But that's still low, high, low, right?
Nope.
Okay. What?
Okay, here's my come by, low. Here's my away, high.
Okay, so you're not going by the. With, it's just you're just considering that one note.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what tells Wyatt he needs to go that way. So with Wyatt, the away command is. With Dell, the away command is.
So you could, because what I'm hearing, and I think I have it now, I hear a withdrew, but what you're doing, you're counting it as a withdrew.
It's
2 notes, not 3.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That first high note is telling my dogs go right.
Okay.
Go counterclockwise.
So
My second note for Wyatt is the second note for Dell is.
Okay. So my come by I had is okay, because you know, and my walk up, I mean, I've got all that in the middle tone. Okay.
So the walk up doesn't matter. So with Wyatt, that's get up softly,
Okay.
right? If I want him to stay nice and soft and quiet and keep his pace.
Okay.
Nice, soft, strong pace. I want him to speed up. So they'll be high. That note, that level of intensity tells him, oh, I need to speed up. And the level, the number of whistles in there too, right? There's an urgency in that we feel as opposed to.
Okay.
But all of that is walk up, right down to, and you heard it while I was working him in here. And you could see I was giving him all these little half flanks and little notes, and so and that was just, I wasn't giving him the full whistle. I was saying walk up, give me a little bit of an away, keep these sheep on the fence. Now they're stuck, give me a little bit of a come by. So toot, toot, toot. And you know, you could just see him dancing around on those little notes.
Okay, so like the away, that first note is like the high note, and that's how he knows that it's an away if you just do it, even if it's a little bit lower, right? So, but you never have the come by note, never. How does he know if you happen to get lower with the away that it's.
The away whistle I have, you can't blow low.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe you could go. You can't blow that low.
Oh, okay.
It's just a little chirp. Chirp.
Okay. Well, you know what? I've been practicing to being able to hear that one note and hit it because I thought I had to do that.
Yeah.
So I understand now. So I have to rethink this.
Yeah. Well, one of my struggles, for Wyatt, I don't like my away whistle. I'm not sure I like it for Dell either. I really like Scott's because Scott's, he can really soften it up. What Scott does is high, low, high. But his first note on his away whistle is the same as my first note on my steady. That means slow your ass down. And it's the same note for Scott's away. And so that's why because I could change Wyatt's away whistle, but I'm really worried that that'll screw him up.
Yeah.
But Scott's steady whistle is the same as mine as well, or mine is his. So I'm not quite sure what he's doing or how his dogs are discerning between a steady and an away. Perhaps because he's finger whistling, he can get a little bit different of an intonation. But they understand it clearly.
Or he can tell within the first step, is my dog taking the wrong one, and then correct it.
Perhaps. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I've been reticent to do that with a 7.5, 8, almost 8-year-old dog who's already trained to the nines. Why screw this up now?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to get to where I can just blow him. Though I know it drove Gail's dog crazy, but I blew that whistle for 2 weeks, just doing all that. And I feel like I'm consistent on the down, and I can do the walk up and the steady. And
that's a good start. That's where you start
yeah,
out.
and then I can do my come by really consistently.
Let me just prepare you. There's a real difference between doing it in here and doing it in the car, and then doing it out there.
I was walking out to feed horses, and I was doing my whistle and feeding the chickens. And
it's not the same. It's absolutely.
Okay.
Because all of a sudden now you're thinking, do I want come by or away? And then you're thinking, okay, this is come by and this is away. And then you have to go to your mouth and say, okay, this is come. There's a
And
lot
meanwhile, your mouth is all dried out.
Right, and your dog's running around like an idiot, and shit's happening, and yeah.
And I don't know whether this is good or bad, but one of the things I do is when I do the whistle, I try to make it sound like my come by.
Okay.
Does that help? Or
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't sound like anything, the away whistle. That doesn't sound like away. And then his turn back whistle is. So, I mean, that doesn't sound like anything.
That sounds like an ambulance.
Yeah.
Well, by making it sound like it, what I'm saying is I'm putting a word to that sound.
You're putting a word to that sound in your head.
Yeah.
It doesn't come out through the whistle.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know if I think he's Irish or Scottish. He's a comedian. And he has this tape recording of all these different songs. And he'll say, I've been getting the lyrics for all these songs completely wrong for decades. And there was this one song, and he says, I've been singing Birdseed on this song for decades. And what was actually coming out, what the song said was Mercy. But he says Birdseed, and then he plays the recording, and that's exactly what you hear. It's exactly what you hear. It's just it's the funniest thing in the world. But we'll adapt and hear what we think we're supposed to hear. So, okay.
So how do you start using whistle? I mean, what I want to avoid is you're going along and thinking, okay, now you got to do whistles. Isn't there a gradual way of working?
Well, I
whistles?
start with walk up and lie down, and I just get them used to hearing the whistle from me.
Okay.
But when it comes time, well, there's the teaching of the whistle. She already has whistles, is that right?
Right.
Now, are the whistles that you have the same as hers?
I don't think so, because I played them for you one time and you said, oh no.
Yeah.
So
I think she was starting out with the same note for both directions.
But like the down, I've been kind of using at home.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing with Alex now is I'm using his lie down. I'm using his walk up, which is the same as mine. That's pretty universal. And now I'm going out here. He's a 2-year-old dog, and I'm treating him like he was a 12-month-old dog. And I go out there and I lay him down and I blow my whistle and I move and do all those things we were just doing with Christy, because her dog doesn't understand really her commands, and it's the exact same thing. So I'll come by, come by, come by, and once I get him going, I'll just keep having him go in a circle, and I'll just
Okay.
and the important part is that they hear the whistle, right? A lot of people will go and then let the dog go and never say it again. When that dog goes around, I want them to hear that come by whistle 8, 9, 10 times. It's because it's nothing more than repetition. Dell is just a freaking genius. If he could keep his brain, he'd just be amazing. But I gave
If
him
only
the
he was a stable genius.
Yes, I gave him the come by whistle the first time. So, got it. He was on his whistles, just wham bam, thank you, man. It was just quick as a bunny. He just needs to keep his brain. Who was it? It was Timber. I had him down there in the lower pasture. It was 9 months before he got one whistle. 9 months before he understood the away whistle. And he was just locked up in his brain. Dell's always checking in with me. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? It's like, oh, really what I want is for you to drink a little bit of bourbon right now. Just calm the hell down. But, he's just really in tune. He's a very, very quick learner.
So when the time is right, rather than bam, you'll help me start like integrating a little bit.
Yeah. And so if she's out there and she's not learning anything. Right. So our first job, and that's what we're working on with Jay right now. So you need to go from to, okay, I'm relaxed. We've done this enough now. I don't need to completely lose my shit. So now that we've got him relaxed, now we're going to start learning. And so come by, away, lie down, walk up. We get all of that. And we don't want to teach a come by until the come by is actually correct, right? I don't want a dog doing this and telling him, yeah, that's come by. So his come by flank has to be what we're looking for before we put a name to it. So I want to be really comfortable with all of just the basic commands: come by, way, lie down, walk up. Start there. And once I've got those verbals and it's just really consistent and I really feel good about it, we'll sit on that for a little bit and then we'll go to whistles.
Okay. So I can do like the down at home and I can do the recall, just to get them used to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And tell me your recall one more time.
For Wyatt, it is I don't have one yet for Dell. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use.
Okay.
So now I'm just yelling, that'll do.
Okay.
But I'll just add a whistle with that.
So the recall whistle basically is a that'll do, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So for Wyatt, it's that'll do. That'll do. And of course he comes 10 feet and lies down, and then another 10 feet and lies down over 500 yards away. This is going to take a long time.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so now go to work.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to step in there, step off to the side a little bit, send her on a flank, on a little outrun, and I want her to be really nice and relaxed.
It's on now, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
That little switch on the side, if you flip it and you see a blue light flash, that means it's on. But you have to flap when you flip it.
As soon as we get the grass off, we'll set up a,
Right.
if it's